Hi, welcome to Zack's Hobby Nook, where I talk about some of the different hobbies and different things I build and I collect. I collect a variety of things, from Star Trek stuff, memorabilia, to Star Wars, Lost in Space, Godzilla, Johnny Sacco, Gamera. I have a little bit of everything. And I like to share it with everybody. That's why I do these videos. And today, before I get started, I'd like to also say, please like the page if you like what you see. Welcome to any comments or feedback. Please let me know what you like and don't like what I do. And if you like, subscribe, share it with your friends. That would be great. And also, feel free to post anything or talk about anything that you collect. Today I want to talk about just a couple of the models I have, a couple Star Trek model kits. As you can see, this one here I have is the Excelsior. This is AMT's version. It's quite a few years old. It was before a lot of the new fancier tiling decals and stuff came out, and I had to hand paint a lot of the detail. Like all this detail here and on the top, I had to mask it and paint it. And all these little phasers. This is a really nice model. It came out, it wasn't a huge release. It was sort of on the shelf, and then it wasn't on the shelf. And later on I found out, I believe that they used this mold to make the Enterprise B when they released it, so they couldn't make any more of these until recently in the past year it's come out. But the decals were pretty nice, very crisp details on them, and the lines on the body are really nice. It went together well, very little putting and sanding. And I don't know how accurate I am with the paint scheme. I try to be as accurate as I can, but again, I did make this 15 years, 20 years. I don't know how long it's been since this has been out. It's been quite a while. The base I like, but I don't like. I like it because it's very sturdy. When you put the model kit on there, it holds it well. You can pose it a little bit. You can tilt it a little bit. Things like that. But it does cover a lot of the model when it's sitting on it. So, you know, I guess that's better than the next model I'll show you. The base is very fragile. I've actually had to repair it because it just was so flimsy. But I also painted the engines. Was sort of cool. If I actually take a black light, they light up. So didn't put any lights inside of it, but they said the lights. It looks pretty cool with the black light. So let me set this one off to the side. Let's get this one. This one here I mounted on a base, and this was a cool kit because not only could you build it as I built it, the Mirror Universe version, you could build it as the pilot episode version or the classic Enterprise version. So they have decals for all three and the parts for it. So I really like that about this kit. I still have a couple more to build because I still want to make the pilot episode and the classic version. This here, like I said, I've added the base. I've added the little symbol here. But you can see just when I touch it how wobbly that base is. And there's only two little pins that hold this in there. So the stand looks cool, but it's definitely made to sit on a shelf and not be bounced around too much. But just to pull a little closer so you can see some of the detail on it. It's funny, is one thing I have not done is actually finished a classic Enterprise kit. So one of these days I will be doing one of those. This was a pretty reasonable kit when it came out, and I think that's still out on the market. But it was a fun kit to do. Very simple to build. The seam lines are really good. Very little putting to fill in any of the cracks and seams that you see. And I said and it even have the little decal on the shuttle bay door, which I thought was sort of a nice little detail. So, but anyways, yeah, these are great kits. A nice scale. And I like that they did the scales with some of the newer ones. They did them 2 scales. So when you build them and you set the original Enterprise next to the the NX and all the way to the E, how you can see the size difference was just so huge. So that's one of the next sets I want to build each of the ships and put them next to each other, because I like that scale accuracy when they're all the same scale. These, I don't believe, are the same scale. They could be, but I can't be for sure. I'd have to look at the boxes and read them and see how accurate they were with the scaling on them. And that's, and price-wise, these were pretty nice. Both of them, well, back when they first came out, I think they were only anywhere about $15 to $20. Now the newer ones, I believe, are around $30 for something like this one, $30 to $35. These I still believe are around $25 or $22. So they're pretty reasonable still. Yeah, there are bigger ones out there. I have an Enterprise I'm working on, which one day I hope to finish, the 350th scale of the original, of the movie version and of the original version. I am putting lights in it, so it has taken me over a year in my spare time off and on to get about halfway through with it. So that will be hopefully in a future video soon. And I will show you that one. And I'll show you some of the pictures I have of it as I was building it. 350th scale is about probably close to 2.5, 3 feet long. So this one here is about 12 inches. So you can imagine the saucer section itself is bigger than this ship itself. So it's a little bit of an undertaking, and I also am going to have to figure out where I'm going to put it in my room, since I have a lot of my collection in here and not a lot of free shelf space for something that size. So we'll have to figure something out then. But anyways, I appreciate you watching and listening. Again, if you have any comments, any feedback, share this with your friends that are Trekkies and that. I'll be posting more of my ships, my Eagle Moss, Star Trek Eagle Moss, my Playmates, micro machines, things like that, in later videos. So look forward to showing you then. And thank you again for watching.